Happy Book Talk Tuesday and happy National Library Month. It's a great time to celebrate libraries. Go to the library and get some books. Good time to do it. Okay, so I thought, I haven't in a long time just talked about books that I love. So if you have been watching for a long time, then you will notice that every now and then the same books come back around because each year we have new kids at our school. And I'm doing this mostly for the kids at our school, but also for people all over the place that need to know good middle grade books to read. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorites. I had to narrow it down. I'm going to put one back. I may run out of time. So trying to keep it short and sweet. So one that I absolutely loved, and it was probably the very first one I ever talked about on a Book Talk Tuesday, is Genesis Begins Again. So Genesis Begins Again, I'm pretty sure this won the Newbery Award or the Newbery Honor last year, but it absolutely deserves that award. So Genesis has a list of like over 90 things that she hates about herself. And it's just sad. She just keeps this running list of things that she doesn't like about herself. She's just really not in a very happy family situation. Her dad drinks a lot, and then when he drinks, he's not very nice. He's verbally abusive. He can't keep a job, and so they end up homeless a lot. And she just can't keep friends because they keep moving different places. And when she gets to 100, she kind of makes a decision about how she's going to have to try and fix her family. She wants to fix her family, and she decides that the best way to do that is by changing her attitude. And in that, she starts to see good things about herself. Y'all, it is such an amazing book. I highly recommend it. All right, the next one I love is Because of Mr. Terrupt. So there are now 4 books in this series. I haven't read the newest one because it just came out not too long ago. But there are 4 books in this series now. So Mr. Terrupt is a 5th grade teacher, and it's from the point of view of like maybe 7 or 8 kids in his class. So they're new to the class, and everyone in your class has a different personality, very different personalities, and these kids all have very different personalities, and they don't all get along. But Mr. Terrupt is an amazing teacher. He makes school fun. He doesn't put up with a lot of nonsense, and he doesn't let them get away with a lot, but they love him. Well, they were out playing in the snow one day, and there was a terrible accident. And the whole class is going to have to come together in a way that they haven't done before to pull through this and to really move on, because it's a pretty big accident. Okay. Next one that I love, The War That Saved My Life. So I have a very good friend, Miss Gutierrez, who wanted me to read this book because she had got it for her library, and she just wasn't sure if it was okay for her library. So she was like, will you read this? Y'all, it is amazing. This book takes place during World War II, and this girl lives in London, and it is right before the London Blitz. So they know that Germany is probably going to attack. They just are preparing for this. Now, this girl was born with Ada. This girl, Ada, was born with a club foot. So one foot is turned all the way backwards when she was born. And her mom is horrible about it. Like, treats her terribly, tells her that the devil did this to her and she's a terrible person. She won't let her leave the house. She won't let her go to school. She doesn't want anyone to know about her. And her brother, who was younger than her, was born perfectly fine, and he goes to school and he plays outside. Well, her brother is going to be sent out into the country to keep him safe if there is a London Blitz, if there's an attack of London. And she hears this through the window and decides she's going to go with him. She's going to sneak out of the house and go with him. So they get out to the country, and they are met with no place to live except this one last lady's house who did not want children from the city. And that's where they end up. Y'all, read it. Also, there's a second one that comes after it, The War I Finally Won, which is also good. But you need to read this one first. All right, Some Kind of Courage, y'all. Any book by Dan Gemeinhart is going to be a winner for you. Any book by him. He has The Honest Truth, Scar Island, I'm blanking at the current moment, but you can look him up, Dan Gemeinhart. Some Kind of Courage is about a kid named Joseph, and it's like in the 1800s. He's lost everyone he loves in his life, and it's down to, so he's living with a man that his dad knew, maybe, that kind of took him in, and the man is real corrupt and just not really that great of a person. But Joseph doesn't have anywhere to live, so he's living with this man, and this man one day sells Joseph's horse that he adores. He sells his horse without Joseph knowing. And when he realizes his horse has been sold, he is going to get it back. And he's going to do whatever it takes to get it back. This kid has more grit and perseverance and courage than any kid I've read about in any book. So if you want to know what the definition of grit and perseverance is, this is your book. The cover looks not super exciting, but y'all, it is just constant action. And he faced a lot of challenges while he was on the journey to even try to find the horse. So I highly recommend that one as well. Anyway, I'll have more books that I love next week because, it is National Library Week, month. So I'll just be telling you about library books that I love. So I hope you guys saw something you would like to read, and also that you go out and go read lots of books. Have a great day.